Say hallelujah. Hallelujah. I said we praise Yah. We praise Yahweh in this solemn assembly that Yahweh has called on this 8th day according into the book of Numbers. But there are some other things that we need to do. We need to bring ourselves up to this point. We need to bring ourselves up with the process to how we get to the point to where we are today. So we give all praise unto Yahweh. We give all praise unto Yahweh because we are one. We are Echad. We are Echad. We are one. There is no separate division. We are one. We are one. Other than us having a renewed mind, other than us dying unto this world, dying unto sin and dying unto unrighteousness, and becoming to live unto righteousness and to live unto the will of the Father, and not our own evil thoughts and our own evil desires and our own evil thoughts and our evil pleasures. So I would like to bring you up to speed, and I would like to introduce you unto the salvation plans of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the one who gave the seed of perpetual, the one who gave the stars their ordained assignments, the one who gave the moon and the sun their ordinations, is who I would like to introduce you unto today. For these are the days of old. For these are the days of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. These are the days that Yahweh has declared as his days that are set apart from the day. The first day being one, Pesach, Passover, is the first justification. The second being unleavened bread, purification, 7 days. The third one being first fruits, glorification. The fourth one being wrongfully called Pentecost. Wrongfully called Pentecost is the Feast of Weeks, which is Shavuot, which I am straightening from earlier, which I boggled today earlier, which is the Feast of Weeks, which is the 50-day journey unto the foot of Mount Sinai, my ancestors, because maybe you are not a Hebrew. Maybe you don't want to be known as a Hebrew Israelite. Maybe you want to be an African American. Maybe you want to be an Afro American. But I prescribe to my lineage. I prescribe to my bloodline. And my bloodline is your code. Jacob, Abraham, Jacob, Esau. The one Esau. Esau is in my lineage also. That's why I'm going there. Yaakov and Esau were brothers. They were brothers in the same womb. They were brothers in the same womb. They struggled at one nation. One nation. One would be stronger than the other. That the elder would serve the younger. That is my lineage. My lineage is the lineage of AD 70. When the general and his son overran Israel for the last time. When Yeshua said, when you see the city of Jerusalem, when you see the city surrounded with armies, know that the desolation, abominable desolation, know that it is now, that it is time. Flee into Judea. Flee into Africa. Flee into the mountains. Flee, run, don't look back. Because there's nothing to look back for. Because all the judgment and all the things that Yahweh had warned our forefathers and our ancestors about, that these things were now coming to pass. And we are living in the age and the era where the things of the Bible, Deuteronomy 28, those things have come to pass. I hear so many Hebrews talk about the white man. I hear so many Hebrews talk about the system. The system is not your fight. It's the cycle. Our people have to break the cycle. We have to come out of the cycle of serving our oppressor. Our oppressor have nothing to do with us serving him. We willfully are serving our oppressor by buying their goods, by not owning anything. That's why Yahweh takes us through the process, and why Yahweh took us to the fourth place where I left off was Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks, which is the getting of the law. The getting of the law and the statute and the commandments that Yahweh delivered himself by his own mouth. By his own mouth he delivered it. And the people were afraid by reason of the fire. They said, oh no, we scared no more. Said, you go up because we are afraid. By reason of the truth. By reason of this is finna begin to purge us. This is begin to be painful. This is finna begin to take away everything that we know to be right. Even if it's wrong. Sometimes everything you know to be right is wrong. Just because you was taught it don't mean that it was right. A person can only teach you what they thought was right or what they knew was right. They might not even been trying to harm you, but they were trying to work with whatever it was that they had to help you. After our 50-day journey with the Feast of Weeks, because let me fall back, because there are 3 times in the year that all males shall appear before Yahweh, and shall not appear before Yahweh empty, but they shall appear before Yahweh as Yahweh hath prospered them. And that will be unleavened bread. And that will be the Feast of Weeks. And that will be the Feast of Tabernacles. See, the Bible has a calendar that does not have anything to do with man's calendar, with this Gregorian calendar. Aren't you glad to have survived and still be living in the year of 5778? Notice I said 5778 because it's not 5779 yet. We're going to cover a little of that. We're not in 5779. We're in 5778. And to those who prescribe and don't know what I'm talking about, for you in 2018. You are in 2018. But for me and my wife and we got a dual calendar on. We got a 5778. We got a 5779 finna be coming forward between March and April. We got a 5779 finna be coming forth. You got your 2019 that's finna be coming forth December the 34th, the 31st, and January the 1st. So you have holidays. You have Gregorian holidays, and you have our Heavenly Father's holy days. Now what has been done is we have been robbed because you have taken the Y out of the holy day and you put an I in there. And you start spelling the HOLIDAY, which is a holiday, and you transferred the Y unto an I. The same thing y'all did by Iusus. Because in the 1610 version of the King James Bible, it's Iusus, it's not Jesus. So you did the same treachery, the same trickery with the holy days of my father. You took him out of his day and you put man in that day. You put man in that place that you serve. Well, I serve the holy days, the high holy days. And this is a high Sabbath day of Yahweh. See, this is the beginning. And this is the new year of our feast days, which started with Yom Teruah. Many call it the blowing of the trumpet, or the feast of the trumpets. And many wrongfully call it Rosh Hashanah. Rosh meaning head, Ha meaning the, Shana meaning year, head of the year. So yes, this is the head of the year for our high, holy feast days in Yahweh. Yes, it is the head. We are at the head. Yom Teruah kicks it off. 10 days, Yom Kippur. 5 days later, Feast of Tabernacles. Listen, you gotta follow the salvation plan of Yahweh. You gotta start following man. If you turn in your Bibles to Deuteronomy 16 and verse 16, please, for your hearing. You just straighten this out right now. This ain't no new year. This is not no 5779. It's 5778. Point blank. Just straighten this out. Listen to the book. Not me. I'm just a messenger. Listen to the book. The book can do way better than I can. The book can do way better than I can. Matter of fact, let me blow the shofar. Hallelujah. All praise. All praise be unto the Most High. All praise be unto the Most High. When that sky crack and y'all hear that sound of the trumpet. Many of y'all don't know what that's gonna be, but that's gonna be Yom Teruah. That's gonna be Yom Teruah. Y'all's gonna do everything according to his feast days. He said, look, if it was something new, I would tell you of it. He said, I would do nothing new. Anything that I do, I will tell you of it. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to slip nothing past y'all. Now, Deuteronomy 16 and 16, it reads on this wise. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto who? Unto Yahweh, thy Abba. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy Abba brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. I like to say by might. It says by night. He brought us out by a hand, by a strong hand, a mighty hand, strong hand. He brought us out strong. He brought us out with favor. He brought us out with favor among those that had oppressed us for over 400 years. So the Bible says that for the month of Abib, Yahweh thy Abba brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Now turn with me to Exodus chapter 12 and 1. Exodus 12 and 1. And Yahweh spoke unto Moshe and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. The beginning of months. Abib will be 5779. It shall be the first month of the year to you that prescribe to me Yahweh. And that's that. That's all I'm going to read. That's all I'm going to read. Let's look at Deuteronomy 16:1 now. That's all I'm going to read from that passage. Look at Deuteronomy 16:1. Observe the month of Abib and keep what? Keep the Passover. Keep the Passover. Look at Deuteronomy 16:6. 16:16. Deuteronomy. Look at Deuteronomy 16:16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahweh thy Abba, which he shall choose. In the feast of unleavened bread, in the feast of weeks, that shall be yours. That's us going to get the 10 commandments, the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh. In the feast of tabernacles, we are in the feast of tabernacles right now, young men, young women. And they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Every man should give as he is able, according to the blessing of Yahweh, the Abba, which he have given you. Simple. Simple instruction. Simple instruction. Let's look at the infraction. Now let's look at the infraction. Exodus 34:21. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm just going to touch it. Exodus 34. Because I'm recapping Exodus 34. Exodus 34, verse 21 through 22. I'm not going to read all. 6 days thou shalt work, but on the 7th day thou shalt rest. In earing time and in harvest thou shalt rest. And thou shalt observe what? The feast of who? Feast of weeks. Shavuot. That's us getting the commandments and the statutes and the laws from Yah. What it says next? Of the who? Of the first fruits of the wheat of harvest. Is that what the Bible says? And the feast of ingathering at the year's end. Put them together. Let it make sense to you. What is ingathering? What is ingathering? When you have gathered in all of your wine, all of your wheat, and all of your corn. Why? Because we are getting ready to go into fall. We are getting ready to go into the fall season, where things are not going to do what? They are not going to produce. They're not going to bud. They're not going to bring forth. Yahweh is telling you, look, I teach you how to farm. You don't teach me how to farm. You don't go plant watermelons in the wintertime. They're not coming up. You don't go plant cucumber in the wintertime. They're not coming up. So you don't tell me when to farm. You don't tell me how to crop. I show you how to crop. I show you how to farm. That's what man has got miscombobulated. So because the Bible says in the feast of ingathering at the year's end, what is it saying? What's going on? What we got going on here, people? What do we got going on? Thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, the first fruit of the wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering. What do we have to understand about ingathering? What's also going on in ingathering? Feast of what? Feast of Tabernacles. Feast of Tabernacles. Let's back it up a little further. First, we're going to kick it off. We're going to kick it off with Yom Day, Teruah of the shout. Today of the shout, the day of the blast, the trumpet blast. Second, we're going to kick it off with, 10 days later, Yom Kippur, which Yom meaning day, Kippur meaning atonement. Day of atonement. That's what we're going to do, right? So what do we do 5 days later? 5 days later, we go into what? 5 days later, we go into the what? The feast of what? The Feast of Tabernacles. Right? Because rather we come out of Yom Kippur, we go in the end gathering. We start gathering in our thing. Because remember, we going into the Feast of Tabernacles. We're building. So there are several things that we're doing because we're building our booths. We're building our booths. You find that in the book of Exodus. Where he always tells us to look, I want y'all to build booths. I want y'all to build booths throughout all the generations to let y'all know that this how I brought y'all out. I brought your forefathers out of Egypt. And this is the way that I brought them out. And I want y'all to tell y'all children, and I want y'all to teach it from generation to generation to generation. So through scripture, we see where Yahweh says that where he wants his year to begin in the month of Abib, in the green year. In the green year. In the beginning of his harvest. His harvest coming forth. Yahweh sets the tone. We walk to the beat of Yahweh's drum. Man has gotten beside himself. Man wants to walk to the beat of his own drum, and he want to drag Yahweh along like Yahweh coming along for the ride. Yahweh's not coming along for the ride. That's why we're dying in the streets. See, we're not dying in the street because of the system. We're dying in the street because of this vicious cycle. We keep selling drugs to one another. We keep killing one another. We keep sleeping with one another's husbands, and we keep sleeping with one another's wife. We keep disobeying our parents. We keep trying to be grown before it's time. You got a time to be grown, and your time won't be grown when you can take care of yourself. When you can buy your own shoes, when you can buy your own clothes, when you can buy your own house, to live up under your own roof, cook your own food, and take care of your own self, that's when you'll be grown. I still ain't grown. I ain't grown either. Tell my wife all the time, I want to be grown. I want to be grown. I always want to be a child in the eyes of y'all. Nobody's trying to hold you back. Nobody's trying to do anything to you. But if you're grown, you're going to have to show signs that you're grown. You're going to have to be self-sufficient. You're going to have to be self-sufficient. You're going to have to be able to take care. You're going to have to be able to clothe yourself. You're going to have to be able to house yourself. You're going to have to be able to transport yourself. You're going to have to be able to feed yourself. And you're going to have to be able to keep yourself in good health. In Yahweh's feast days and Yahweh's plans of salvation, it teaches us how to stay and how to prosper also in good health. It teaches us how to prosper towards the kingdom of Yah. It teaches us how to die daily. It teaches us how to die yearly. It teaches us that this is a process. That's why you were covered with the blood. That's why the doors were covered in Mizraim, Egypt, at that time when it was Passover, because the Hebrews were no better than the Egyptians. If a firstborn Egyptian had got caught on the other side of that lintel of that door where there was no blood, he died just like Egyptian. Just like Egyptian. Because Yahweh was getting ready to bring a people through a process, a conditioning process, that they would be able to occupy their positioning. Because Yahweh had a position and a stance that he had of people in this book that he wanted them to take concerning the Goyim, concerning the nations, concerning the people that did not know Yahweh, that did not know his ways, that did not know his will, that did not know his laws, and that they did not know his commandments. Now let's look at the book of Numbers 29. I'm not gonna be before you long at all. Long at all. Because a lot of this is redundancy. A lot of it is for me, it's redundancy. And I need the redundancy. I need to hear it over and over and over. I need to hear it over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again, that it may saturate my spirit, that it may saturate my soul, that I may become one with Yahweh, that I may become equal with Yahweh, that I may begin to shed, to shed the affairs and the cares of this world, to shed the affairs and cares of this life. So I continually stay in the will and stay in the word of Yahweh, because in order to stay in the will of Yahweh, you got to stay in the word of Yahweh. See, Yahweh going to be looking for some people who got some spirit and some truth, and spirit and truth is the word. Yahweh going to be looking for some people who got the word, his word in them. If your word not found in him, then you should be declared none of his. You can have all the knowledge you want. You can have all the book knowledge you want to have. You can have all the street sense you want to have. But if you have not learned love, if you have not learned the intimacy, see, the intimacy, let me tell y'all something about the intimacy of Yahweh. If it's one thing you can ask my wife about me, a lot of people can say a lot of things and call me a lot of things, but one thing you can't call me is you can't call me arrogant. I'm not arrogant. Arrogant, I'm not. I'm not arrogant. Arrogant, I'm not. When you truly begin to deal with Yahweh and you talk about intimacy, you don't have arrogance. See, I can't be arrogant getting up 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and going around here to talk to the dope boys in the community alone, or with Yahweh with me. Yahweh with me is the only thing with me. I got Yahweh with me at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Because see, now I'm telling you about this ministry. When I'm going to speak to the young men that's out on the block, and that's out on the corner 3, 4 o'clock in the morning while you sleep and you snowed up in your bed. See, I can't go before them arrogant. Because if I go before them arrogant, guess what? I don't even have to open my mouth. They're going to pick up the spirit of arrogance before I say anything. Because it's going to be in my posture. It's going to be in the way that I approach them. It's going to be in the way that I talk. See, a lot of people don't understand the way you talk to people. The way you talk to people designates how intimate, how much intimacy that you claim you have with Yahweh. The way you talk to people. Yahweh changed the way I talk. Yahweh changed the way I thought. Yahweh changed everything about me. Because everything that wasn't of Yahweh, I asked Yahweh to give me power over it. I didn't want to be none of what I was. When I came to Yahweh, I didn't want to be saved. I wanted to know, could I be righteous? That's what I wanted. Your daddy wanted to know, could I do right from wrong? That's all I wanted to know. I ain't want no money. I ain't want no house. I ain't want no car. I just wanted to know, could I be righteous? I wanted to know, could I be a law-abiding man? Could I live by the rules and the regulations of my father? That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know what integrity was. And I began to find out integrity was when I'm all by myself. And when there ain't nobody watching me. Or nobody can say I did this. Or I did that. Or I said that. That's integrity. See, there's some things that I had to find out about myself, and when I began to come into the Shabbat, to the Shabbat, the Shalom, to the rest and the peace of Yah, and I began to enter into the feast days, they began to show me things about myself. they begin to show me, and they begin to show me a cycle, not a system, a cycle that would change me. Let me show y'all something about systems. The Roman system that overtook Jerusalem in AD 7, that system is still moving. Why that system still moving? Because Yahweh never sent the children of Israel up against systems. He sent them to break cycles. I was just talking to my wife. Yahweh said, look, I'm telling y'all, do not sacrifice none of y'all babies to Baal. Don't make y'all children walk through that fire. Don't sacrifice y'all babies to Baal. He left the whole system, the whole sacrificial system of Baal, he left it intact. Yahweh didn't even bother me. He left it intact. Matter of fact, the prophet said, look, why stand you here this day? Why you standing here this day? Why y'all standing here murmuring? Why y'all standing here with all this grievance? I tell y'all what, either you gonna serve Yah or you gonna serve Baal. Or which one you gonna serve today? But this day, you should choose one. Hey, glory. Kevar, glory be unto Yah. This day, you're going to have to choose one. Why stand you here murmuring among yourselves? If Yahweh be your source, if Yahweh be your power, if Yahweh be your Savior, if Yahweh be your might, if Yahweh be your strength, then choose Yahweh. But if Baal be, then choose the Lord. Baali. Choose the Lord. I'll choose Baal, lords. Choose your lords. However y'all want to chop it up. With words. Words are very important to me. Words are very important to me. My wife was saying something to me in the back, and I heard through what she said, and I heard about hip, baby, this, and I said, what? I said, cooking on the Shabbat. She said, and she looked at me like, I said, yeah, I heard you, but I had to read here because I'm like, oh, okay, on the Shabbat, on the Sabbath. Okay, I understand. A lot of people don't understand about killing the fire. Back then, you had a fire going, the fire was cool, but you couldn't start a fire on the Shabbat. You couldn't start a fire, a fresh fire. The priest had fire. The priest had to keep putting wood. It's like the old stoves that my grandmama had that me and my wife was just talking about. Well, see, me and my wife do talk. She say we don't talk, but me and my wife, we do a lot of talking because we spend a lot of time together, so we do a lot of talking. So we was talking about the old furnaces that used to be in the house. It used to be this big old metal thing, had a pipe that went up through the roof, and the black smoke went up out of it, and all you did was you throw wood in it. And you could cook on the top of it too. You could put a pot of coffee, you could put a pot of bread, you could cook, you could fry, you could bake on top of that stove. On top of that stove. That's another subject. I'm not going to get on that subject. That's about kindling the fire. That's about kindling the fire. But we got to understand that, listen, oh man, we at the end of the Feast of Tabernacles. Now, it's the 8th day. Now, some people tomorrow going to be their 8th day. Monday, it's Monday for us already. Some people Tuesday going to be their 8th day. They went by it's what they went by. They went by the new crescent, not the new moon. They tell you the name is it's crescent moon. It's not new moon, it's crescent moon. We here at this place, we don't watch this side. We don't watch the front side, we watch the back side. So we watch when the moon is doing what is called a waning crescent. It's waxing off. When you say waxing crescent, it's waxing on, lighter, it gets lighter and lighter, full. Once it hit full, now you waning, you waxing off. It's going off, it's turning off, it's turning off, it's turning off. And that's what I watch. And when I watch, when they get right behind the sun and you can't see it because the planet dark, the planet don't give off light anyway. The moon don't give off light, it reflects light. Once you get behind them, I start counting. I don't count no day zero. I can't do nothing I didn't see y'all do. I never saw in the Bible where y'all started with a day zero. You saw a day zero, wife? No. I ain't seen no day zero. I see on the first day, I ain't even going into that. That's something else. That's something else. Listen, the system is fine, okay? The cycle has to be broken of our teenage girls and our teenage boys producing babies while they are juveniles. Most of them are producing children while they are in the house of their mother and their father. Do you understand me? This is the cycle that has to be broken. Because ain't no boy finna do nothing for you but throw you away like a piece of trash. That's what a boy gonna do, throw you away like a piece of trash and go pick up another piece of trash because that's all he know to do, because he don't know love. He don't know shelter. He don't know how to shelter you. He don't know how to provide for you. He don't know how to take care of you. He don't know how to love you. He don't know how to care for you. He being cared for. Because he calling somebody mama. He telling somebody, mama, I like those shoes. Mama, I like them jeans. Mama, I'm hungry. Because he or she ain't grown. Them the cycles that we got to break. We got to break the cycle of our young men that's 12 and 14 years old, growing up and wanting to be drug kingpins and wanting to be rappers. We got to break the cycle. I don't care nothing about their system. Their system been working for years. Their system been working for them. Break the cycle of the system. And now you can incorporate your own system, your Torah system, because that's what's next. The system of Torah is next. I don't need guns. I don't need unibombers. I don't need archers. I don't need snipers and sharpshooters yet, because Yahweh said that ain't what I need yet. Yahweh said, I need a people that will worship me in spirit and in truth. I need a people that will bow down, and a people that will begin to praise, and a people will begin to stir up the Shamayim. Yahweh is looking for a people that is going to make, y'all don't understand this, a people that is going to make what? The supernatural. Y'all is looking for some people that's going to move in the natural, that's going to force him to move in the super. And when super meets natural, it's like nitroglycerin meeting dynamite. It's dynamite. There's an explosion. There's a rebirthing taking place. See, you need prayer. That's how I know you need real prayer. Because people still talking about bearing arms. Man, I seen these people got a laser that they shoot from the ground and make the wing on the airplane so hot that the wing on the airplane disintegrate and the plane crash. I seen them shoot a silent beam from a ship, a Navy ship, and blow up a structure that they had in the ocean. Keep on playing. This ain't a time to play. This ain't a time for your science experiments. This is a time for prayer warriors. This is a time for commandment keepers. This is a time for feast day keepers. This is a time for people that are ready to dwell in the booths of Yah. The people who are ready to dwell in the tabernacles of Yah. For Yeshua spoke. Yeshua said that I must go unto my Father's tabernacle. I must go to prepare a place for you in my Father's booth, my Father's tabernacle. Because in my Father's tabernacle, there are many booths. There are many booths. And if it were not so, I would have told you that it was no booths. That's your transition. Your transition is to dwell in booths, to dwell in your tabernacle. In the Shabbat, the rest, and the Shalom, the peace of Yahweh. That's your transition. Why you transitioning? Why you living like hell, but then in the benediction, you think you can preach them into heaven? Oh, I come to tell you, I don't know who you're serving, but maybe who you're serving might let you in. But the one that I serve, you're going to be like the 10 virgins. 5 of them had the oil and 5 didn't. 5 got in and 5 didn't get in. And trying to tell you something. They're trying to tell you that there has to be a preparation for the reconciliation of the spirit of man to be reunited and rejoined with the spirit of Yah. You can't live your whole life according to your own will. You can't live your whole life according to how you feel it should have went. Or how you think it should go. And you got, listen, and you got the knowledge. I'm talking about having the knowledge. I ain't talking about the people that didn't have the knowledge. Oh, I ain't talking about great grandmama and grandmama. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about y'all today. 15 years on up. People 75 years old, people 60 years old, y'all getting mad. Man, them people, they supposed to believe what they believe. You know what I was saying again today? I don't think I should be able to convert a Muslim in one day. Because he can't convert me in one day. I don't believe I should be able to convert a monk who's been a monk for 30 years. I'm supposed to convince him in one day. Y'all with me? Yes. Look at Numbers 29. Because if y'all look anywhere else, if y'all look in Deuteronomy, if y'all look in Exodus, it's only going to show y'all 7 days. It's going to show y'all 7 days. Me and my wife, we was talking about, my wife brought it out. She said, well, the reason why the 8th day was added, because when we had a homestead. But see, before it was 7 because we didn't have no homestead. When we came out of Midian, we came out of Egypt, we didn't have that. You understand me? We didn't have that. We didn't have a homestead. We was traveling. We was on a pilgrimage. We was on a voyage. So it was 7 days. It wasn't no end gathering. We couldn't go bring in no wine. We couldn't bring in no corn, no wheat. We couldn't bring those things in. So now, well, I'm taking y'all that, and I'm going to brief. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm going to read this some. Numbers 29 and verse 1. And in the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no severe work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. Unto you. Why do you say unto you? Why do you say unto you? Why he says the day of blowing the trumpets unto you in the 7th month of the 1st day? Because Yahweh calling you to the assembly. That's what he calling y'all to. He calling you to the assembly. Calling you to the assembly of judgment. Calling you to the assembly of atonement. He's calling you to the assembly of ingathering. He's calling you to the assembly of the Feast of Tabernacles. Y'all better hear what I'm saying, because I'm giving y'all the salvation plan. That's what he's calling you to. Matthew 24 and 24, 25. where it started talking about Yeshua and the angels, and it said that the angels shall come with a shout from the trumpet. That's Yom Teruah. Now you act like you don't know, or you act like it ain't in the Bible. Act like you want to act. People like acting. I know people. I see a lot of people like acting. I tell people, look, you need to be in Hollywood. You act so good. You know why you ain't become an actor? Some people act. Now, we see the blowing of the trumpet. Now I need y'all to follow me. I need y'all to follow me swiftly. Verse 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day of this month. Now we done went from 1 day. Now we done went to the 10th day. This is Yom Kippur. And ye shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month a holy convocation. And you shall afflict your souls, and you shall not do any work. Why? That's Yom Kippur. Go to verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no surreal work, and you shall keep a feast unto Yahweh for 7 days. Saying 7 days. 7 days. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. What we say? On the 15th day now? So we went from 5 in between, so we got 5. So we got 1 plus 9, that's 10 days. You go from Yom Teruah to Yom Kippur. Now on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no severe work. You shall keep the feast unto Yahweh for 7 days. What feast is we talking about now? Because ingathering is in that too. We're talking about the Feast of Tabernacles. You follow me. Follow this book. Follow this book. Verse 17. And on the 2nd day, stop right there. That's all I'm going to give you. On the 2nd day, verse 20. And on the 3rd day, verse 23. And on the 4th day, verse 26. And on the 5th day, verse 29. On the 6th day, verse 32. And on the 7th day, and verse 35. And on the 8th day, you shall have a solemn assembly. This is our solemn assembly right here. It fell here for us, for the count that we got. Some people it's going to fall tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Well, I can't say tomorrow because it's already Monday. Because I'm on the sundown, evening. So, sundown Monday, which is Tuesday, going to be some people's. And then sundown Tuesday, which is Wednesday, that's going to be them ending that 8th day, if they have this information. Because some of them might just be keeping it 7 because they don't understand. They have not searched and researched the scriptures and see that it is an 8th day. Are we clear? It says, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Their meat offering, their drink offerings, for the bullock, the ram, the lambs shall be according to their number after their manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering and his drink offering. Pour out a little liquor. That's what y'all doing. These things you shall do unto Yahweh in your set feasts, besides your vows, besides your free will offerings, besides your burnt offering, besides your meat offering, and besides your drink offering, and for your peace offerings. And Moshe told the children of Israel according to all that Yahweh commanded Moshe. So we in our 8th day. We getting ready. We rolling now. We rolling now. See, now it's the excitement because the men, if you were in the land, now you ain't got to go out, and you ain't got to go out, and you ain't got to go out in the field, and you ain't got to go out in the crop, because everything done been gleaned now except the corners. Let's not forget. Let's not forget you can't glean the whole field. You got to leave the corners for the who? For the poor. You got to leave the poor for the poor and the widows. But see, people don't know Bible, so I don't even know why I expect. That's why sometimes it bugs me, because it's the small detail. It's the small detail where you'll find Yahweh, and not the great message or the great big word or the man that uses all the great big verbiage. Yahweh does little things great. That's what I love about it. He does little things great. He does little things magnificently. Like that pain I had in my leg before I got in this pulpit that I was complaining, and my wife was looking at me. And she wanted to offer me that chair, but she knew I was going to say no, so she ain't offered me the chair. She was going to say, well, babe, why don't you sit down in the chair? But she knew I was going to say, no, I'll be all right once I get in Yahweh pulpit. So she ain't asked me. And as I know, and as I trust, when I get in the pulpit, the leg ain't twitched. I ain't had no pain, that sciatic nerve, I ain't had none of that when I've been in this pulpit. Now, when I get out the pulpit, then I'll whine and I'll be crying under her. Y'all ain't got to hear it, though. But I'll whine and I'll murmur, I'll be I ain't taking no medicine with this. All right. Let's move to Leviticus 23 so we can sum this up. Because it ain't going to take long. It's supposed to be a day you're supposed to be celebrating. The day we're supposed to be eating. We're supposed to be listening to some jazz or playing some music from the land. I mean, we supposed to be eating, man. We supposed to be eating lamb, and we supposed to have we supposed to be eating some food that are alkaline-based foods. Man, we supposed to be eating good. If you vegan, you supposed to be eating good. You supposed to be in here. And this is the time where you really supposed to be congregating and getting to know your neighbor, getting to know your brother, and getting to know your sister. This is the time. This is the time to where you start looking around and you start looking at people in their booths, and you start peeking out your booth. You start saying, whoa, I don't know you, but you made it. You made it, huh? What he said? Die, well and faithful servant. Oh, well and faithful servant. Thou has done well. Enter into thy booth. Enter into thy tabernacle. And hey, glory be unto Yah. Woo! Start looking around, because you ain't gonna know nobody, because Yahweh said, look, there should be no more crying and no more gnashing of teeth. Oh, you ain't gonna know nobody. I hear people talking about all the time, oh, when I see you, you ain't finna see nobody on the other side. Because if you did see him, then you would be able to also know who wasn't there. Yeah, you'll be able to also know who wasn't there. And then that's going to bug some people. So you can't have it both ways. That's why Yahweh said, look, I'm going to wash it away, and I'm going to wash it all the way, and I'm going to make it clear and clean. I'm going to take away all that residue. You're not going to remember this place. You're not going to remember this. You really think you're going to be in the Shamayim, in Yah, laying up, or wherever you at with Yah, you're going to be remembering earth? You might as well have remained a man or a woman in a human body, in the flesh. As I was saying today, in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27, Yahweh say, I created you. I created you in my likeness and my image. I created he, them, male and female, at the same time. 2 and 7, we see the male get his body. He get his carbon body before the female get her body. All we dealing with is wife calls it ego. I call it the feminine side of Yah and the masculine side of Yah. This is what I call it. We still on the same page. Same different verbiage, same knowledge, same thing, same thinking. Listen to the book, Leviticus 23 and 23. And Yahweh spoke unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall you have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, an holy convocation, a holy gathering. Listen, you shall do no severe work therein, but you shall offer an offering me by fire unto Yahweh. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day. This is redundancy. I'm just showing you redundancy, line upon line and precept. Line upon line and precept upon precept is not you reading and parsing in one book. That's not. Line upon line is not you parsing chapter 24 of Leviticus all the way from verse 1 to verse 22. That's not line upon line. Because if that's line upon line, then I can never show you the salvation plan of Yahweh reading the Bible like that. I can never show you the salvation plan. I can never show you that that's Yom Teruah in Matthew 24 and 24. I can never show you that that's in gathering when Yeshua talks about let the tare and the wheat grow together. And then the angel say, let us go in. That's the angel out of Revelation. The angel out of Revelation say, let us go in and let us go in and separate. Let us go in and separate. He said, no, because you're going to take out some of the wheat with the tares. Let them grow together. I'll do the separating when I come. When you come when? What? Yom Teruah. Yom Kippur. Huh? Yeah, in gathering. Yahweh said that I gather that's good, I'm going to gather it and I'm going to bring it in my house. In my tabernacle, and everything else outside shall be burned. Read your book. Read your book. Listen to the book. Verse 27. Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. And you shall do no work in that same day. For it is a day of atonement to make an atonement for you before Yahweh your Abba. I ain't finna have an argument about Yeshua, and I ain't finna have an argument about your Jesus. I ain't finna have an argument about that. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. You already know that the blood of animals couldn't take away sin. Okay? The blood of Yeshua, if you calling Yeshua Jesus, the blood cannot take away sin. Can't do it. If the blood take away your sin, why you repenting then? Why you coming and asking him for forgiveness? Why you asking him, don't let me die like this. Don't let me die in my mess. Don't let me die in my sin. Why? Cause Yahweh got you fixed. No matter what trick they try to play on you, Yahweh got you fixed to where, look, that blood was a stay of execution. And that blood was to give you time to come to know who I am and who I really am and what I'm really about. But that blood don't deliver you. The word and the commandments, Yeshua said, look, why call y'all me good? If thou wish to enter into life, keep the commandments. Keep the word. You want to enter in? Keep the word. Everybody want to try to do it every other kind of way. Everybody want to have it. They want to have a revival every month. Every month want to have a revival. Every other 3 months they want to have a crusade. I've been in revival after revival now, and I look around and I say, it ain't nothing but the same people in here. I seen these same people in here earlier today. These the same people that tired. So I'll be like, well, now they say they want some more money. So where they gonna get the money from then? Because ain't nobody new in here. I done seen it. I done seen it. What I'm telling y'all is, I'm against the misuse of the system of tithing, but I'm a firm believer in the system of tithing and offering. A firm believer. I tithe and I offer. But what I'm showing you is I do understand some of the shenanigans that some people people are talking about and some people have experienced. But I don't experience that in this house because I feel y'all. I feel y'all. And in this house, we got too many. Yahweh got a big place around here, so Yahweh pay his own bills around here. He pay his own bills. Yahweh pay his own bills around here. Only thing he do is make me work. He make me work. He make my wife work. He pay his own bills. He pay his own bills around him. He does. Yahweh's tithe is for Yahweh. And Yahweh does what he wants to do with his tithe. He gives it who he wants to give his tithe to. That ain't none of your business once you release it. Once you release it under Yah. Your increase don't come from man, no way. Your increase come from who? From Yah. Notice where I'm putting my hand. Come from Yah. Because I ain't doing out there. Because that means that there's something inside of you. There's something inside you that is going to matriculate, and there's something inside you that is going to begin to bring forth birth. It's going to begin to birth. It's going to begin to birth in you. Some of you are going to go full term your whole 40 weeks, and some of you are going to bring forth what Yahweh has impregnated you with. But some of you will be forced to have a premature birth. That's y'all jumping out there talking about, oh, I'm an apostle, I'm a pastor, oh, I'm an apostle, I'm a prophet. That's y'all jumping out there. That's premature. You're going to die. You're going to die in whatever kind of gift in you. You ain't going to last. You're going to die. You're going to get tired. You're going to get fed up. And you're going to give up. I seen it because I pray for those men all the time. I pray for them all the time. Yahweh, for those that have given up on their call. Because they jumped on it prematurely. It was premature. It was premature birth. Anything that is birthed prematurely cannot live outside of the womb. It cannot live outside of the vine because Yahweh is the true vine. It's disconnected from the vine. There's some people are going to go through a synopsis in their mind, something in their mind that's going to cause them to abort. They're going to abort, have an abortion, and abort what Yahweh have impregnated them with. They're going to abort. They're going to abort it. And then some folks just going to say, I just don't want it. I just don't want it. I never asked for it. I don't want it. So now you're aborting. Now you have a premature. And then this is the worst one of all. When you got them friends, when they ain't your friends, and they begin to get in your ear, and they begin to change the dynamic of the way that you are designed to think, and the thing that Yahweh have impregnated you with, it become a stillborn. It's a stillborn. It's dead in your womb. It's dead in your belly. That's when you begin to stink. You begin to have a stench. A stench. You begin to have a stink, an aura that reaches all the way up to the nostrils of the Shamayim of Yahweh. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about tonight, because I'm taking y'all through a salvation plan, taking y'all through a birthing process. Yahweh is about birthing things. Yahweh is about bringing things into existence. Look around. Look around at the new inventions. Look around at the ingenuity of Yahweh. It's not the ingenuity of man. Y'all say, I give you power to get wealth. I give you power to get strength. Yahweh give you power for that. Don't you never forget that. Your life can change in the blink of an eye. Ask me. I know. I went to bed one day. I woke up the next day. I was aching where I never ate before. So me being me, I press. I press and I press and I press and I press until that sciatic nerve has said, you ain't that bad. Big Johnny Bronson, I bet you ain't that bad. Because I ain't going to let you sleep. I'm not going to let you lay on your stomach. I ain't going to let you lay on your back. I ain't going to let you lay on your side. And I was able to get into on my hands and knees in a praying position and sleep like that. But then after a while, since I was so big and bad, that sciatic nerve say, we ain't even gonna let you get in a praying position. We ain't gonna let you lay prostrate. We ain't gonna let you get on your hands and knees. And we ain't gonna let you walk and pray. Because you need to know that you ain't immortal. You're mortal. You're a man. Ted Quinishea Williams, you was a man. You hurt like anybody else hurt. You go through stuff like anybody else go through. And Yahweh have to make me remember I'm a man oftentimes. Because sometimes I get caught up so much in this. It's not that I'm trying to be anything. I get caught up so much and I'm so into Yah. And I get caught up so much in the history of his power and his might and him doing everything for me. To where sometimes Yahweh says that, look, there is a limit to me doing for you. Some things I have taught you and instructed you to do for yourself, son. Take care of your body. Take care of your temple, son. Take care of your temple. Your body was not designed to take care of you, son. You were designed to take care of your body. Listen to your body. Some of y'all body telling y'all to stop drinking sodas. Y'all won't listen. Some of y'all getting heartburn. Some of y'all getting constipated. Some of y'all, your body telling you to drink more water. You aching in your joints. You won't drink no water. Some of y'all bodies telling you to eat a lemon. Some of y'all body telling you to eat some grapes. Some of y'all body telling you to eat an orange. Some of y'all bodies telling you to eat a grapefruit, eat celery, eat a cucumber. We won't listen. Let me tell you something. The elements, do you hear what I'm saying? The galaxy, do you hear what I'm saying? The rest is speaking. We're not listening. We're not listening. We're not listening. I go outside and I look at the ground, I look at the grass, I'm looking at my trees. I got some trees that I'm looking at that I've been nursing for like 2 years. And I pulled up and I looked at my tree and I listened to my tree, and my tree said, we need water, Daddy. I said, wait, it's been 2 years. Y'all should be on your tap root. You got a tap root, you should be on tap. They say, Dad, we finna die. We going out, we finna die. There was them trees right out here in front of the car, baby. I looked at them, but I'm like, they withers. I'm like, how y'all withers? Listen to the land. The land is speaking. Yahweh intuited, Yahweh formed me from the dust of the earth, from the land. And Yahweh blew the breath of life into me. The breath of life, it invaded this body. It took over this body. So now what the body in turn, it wants to do, it wants to invade upon the privacy, and it wants to invade upon Yahweh's property. Because we belong to Yahweh. Listen to the book. I don't mean to bother with y'all, but I got to say what got to be said. Listen to the book. Okay. And you shall, let me see, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. When y'all start talking about destroying, y'all always look for somebody to die. Y'all will keep from the inside out, man. That's how Aaron died, from the inside out. See, Yahweh honored Moshe's prayer for Miriam and Aaron when they had transgressed and y'all was finna kill them. He honored it. But he killed Aaron from the inside out. Go back and read it. Go back and read it. Go back and read the scriptures. Listen to the book. So I'm going to destroy you from among his people. Verse 31. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest. And you shall afflict your soul in the 9th day. Here we go. In the 9th day. See, a lot of people doing it on the 10th day, baby. Yeah. In the 9th day of the month at evening, from evening unto evening, shall you celebrate your Sabbath. And Yahweh spoke unto Moshe. And he said, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, on the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh. See how it's reading in Leviticus? That's why I gave y'all numbers first. Because it's saying 7 days. 7 days shall you offer. Let me see. On 35. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. You should do no severe work therein. 7 days you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and you shall do no severe work therein. That's 36. Now, let's end this with Deuteronomy chapter 5. We must. There's no better way to end it than to end it with Deuteronomy chapter 5 or Exodus 20. However you want to end it. And this is an honor unto you, Abba Yahweh. I am Yahweh thy Abba, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Thou shalt have none deity. Thou shalt have none other deity before me. You shall have no deity before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image, no cross, no angels of any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that anything is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, thy Abba, am jealous, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the 3rd and the 4th generations of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love and keep my what? Keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy Abba in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that take of his name in vain. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as Yahweh thy Abba hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy Abba. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou shalt not do any work. Thou, you, your son, your daughter, your manservant, your maidservant, your ox, your ass, your cow, the stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as you. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. This is how Yahweh brought me. This is how Yahweh reeled me in. This is how Yahweh reeled me in when I was asking Yahweh, how can I be righteous? I'm tired of being evil, mean, wicked, and nasty. Yahweh brought me in. I always say, you're going to have to learn these 10 commandments, boy. You master these 10 commandments. You learn these 10 commandments, boy, you're on the way. And remember that thou was a servant in the land of Egypt. And that Yahweh thy Abba brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yahweh thy Abba commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. That's the first commandment. That's one commandment. And in the second writings, in the renewed covenant, that's one commandment. Okay, those 4 are one commandment. Because Yeshua says that all the laws and all the prophets rest on these 2 commandments. So that's one commandment. Now I'm finna give y'all the second commandment. The first commandment was how to serve Yah. The second commandment is how to live amongst each other. How to live in total harmony. I must say that. Now, the second commandment, which consists of 6. Honor thy father and thy mother, as Yahweh thy Abba hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which Yahweh thy Abba giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, neither shalt thou commit adultery. Neither shalt thou steal. Neither shalt thou lie. Neither shalt thou lie, bear false witness against thy neighbor. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife. Thy neighbor's husband. Neither shalt thou cover thy neighbor's house, his field, his manservant, his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. These words Yahweh spoke unto the assembly in the mount, out of the midst of the fire. This is Shavuot that I'm talking to y'all about. The Feast of Weeks. Out of the cloud and out of the thick darkness with a great voice. And he added no more. And he wrote them in 2 tables of stone and delivered them unto Moshe. I don't know about you, but I thank Yahweh to be among the living in 5778. I look forward to 5779. I look forward to 5779. I thank you for lending Yahweh your eyes and your ears this day. For in this place, in this house, we have concluded the Feast of Tabernacles according to the will of Yahweh. Because Yahweh not somewhere out there. Not for me. Yeshua said this here. Father, if I be in you, and you be in me, and I be in them, the word, and they be in me, the word, and we be in you, because I came from you. I'm the word that came from you. Because in the beginning was the word, and the word was with Yah, and the word was Yah, and the word was made flesh. That's what he's talking about, along with you. So since I am Echad with Yah, I don't look outside of me for anything. I promise you. I'm not looking in the sky. I'm not looking in the ocean. I ain't trying to dig in the bottom to see how far you can drill in the middle of the earth. I ain't trying to see. Because I am Echad with Yahweh. I am the spirit of Yah. I am what you call outsourced. You are outsourced. You are outsourced. Yahweh outsourced you. You must return unto sender. You must return unto Yahweh. And then once you return, then everybody will give account to what was said and to what was done and the deeds that were carried out in these mortal bodies. And that you can take it to the bank. We thank you and we love y'all here at Kingdom Headquarters, True Storehouse Kingdom Ministries. Myself and my wife, Pastor Ginger Williams. We love y'all and we thank y'all. And we say Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem.
You want to say something? Song say that the word do the work. Might as well let the word do the work.